What's good, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of The Sankalp Show. So, in today's episode, we have Praneeth, who is a stock market expert, and today he will be telling us about the basic strategies that you can follow in order to start your stock market journey. The major questions that will be answered in today's podcast episode is to how to open up your Demat account and start investing. The second one would be the types of brokers that are there in the stock market stuff. Third and the most important is the large caps versus small caps companies and crypto market, and a lot of different other things will be discussed in this podcast episode. So without wasting much time, let's get started with the episode.
Would you like to just explain the process of if somebody who has never been into stock market, right? Can you suggest some processes through which he has to go through in order to start investing?
Okay, so before entering the stock market, one must have a Demat account. Demat account is something where you can hold shares in electronic form. So Demat accounts, so there are for Demat accounts you need some brokers, because you cannot directly deal with the exchange like the NSE or BSE. There are brokers in between which process your order to the exchanges. So like when you talk about brokers, there are basically two types of brokers, like the traditional ones and the discount ones. So in traditional ones, generally you see banks like Kotak Securities, ICICI Securities. These are the traditional brokers. So the thing is, with traditional brokers, they give you various research reports and a lot of support, but the brokerage fees is quite high in traditional brokers. So generally, people like us opt for discount brokers like Upstocks, Angel Broking, Zerodha, and Demat accounts like these. So you need to have a Demat account for entering into the stock market. For that, you need to get attached to a broker.
Okay.
So, when we talk about brokers, in discount brokers, like Upstocks, I prefer Upstocks. Then Zerodha is also an option, which is a great option. Then we have Angel Broking, and we have also Fires, which are really great brokerage firms, and the charges that they take are actually somewhat similar, almost same. So you can go with any of these, but if you ask me, I would prefer Upstocks.
Okay. Actually, these are the new, companies that are actually coming up and making the entire process of investing very easy for us, right? So that's the reason I asked you this. Right?
And the interface of these brokers in online form is basically very clear that if you're a newbie and you don't know anything about that, you can obviously go ahead and buy or sell a stock.
Yeah, and that's very easy and very convenient, right? So, like the next thing is that there are some companies which are, really big in terms of stock market, like the ones that we call them large caps, right? And similarly, there are companies whose stock or the initial price is very low, and that is what we call them as small caps. So, can you elaborate that?
Yeah. Okay, so basically, cap over here is something called market capitalization. So let me tell you about market capitalization. So basically, it is like, suppose a company has a price of its share as rupees 100, and suppose it has 100 shares floating in the market. So the market capitalization of that particular company basically signifies its market value. So the market capitalization would be calculated like it will be the product of the share price into the number of shares that is floating in the stock market. So that would be 100 into 100, that is 10,000 would be the market capitalization. So dealing with the small cap and large cap, basically small cap are the companies which have small market capitalization, and large cap are the companies with larger market capitalization. So smaller in terms like 300 crore, 400 crore are basically small market caps. And when we talk about large cap companies, they may have thousands of crores in the market capitalization. So what happens with market capitalization is basically the companies with large market capitalization are considered to be a safer option than the small cap companies, because large cap companies are also established ones. That's why they are having high market capitalization, and the small cap ones are the riskier ones, but they can give you high returns in comparison to high risks as well.
So when we talk about stock market and stuff like that, we cannot really forget about the crypto market, right? So what do you think about the
Yeah,
crypto
crypto
market
market
and
is
the
something
future?
which is in the boom these days. Like not in terms of price, but in terms of coverage in public.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So basically, something which I need to comment on crypto market is basically the main problem with the crypto market is that it is unregulated. Like we have SEBI for the stock market, which is regulating the stock market. We have no particular entity that is governing the crypto market. So anything can happen in this crypto market. So basically, I was saying that it is really unregulated. So anything can happen in this crypto market. So people are basically looking onto tweets of various like celebrities like Elon Musk, and they invest on the basis of tweets. And somehow some people make money, and most of the people do not make money. But we do not get to hear about the people who lose a lot of money. We
Exactly.
generally get to hear about the people who have made lots of money in the crypto market. And in the crypto market, since it is unregulated, anything can happen anytime. Uh, when you come to investment, you must invest only that particular capital in the crypto market which you can afford to lose.
Lose. Yeah,
Only that particular capital can be invested, according to me. And
yeah,
various people would have their own opinions, but that was my own opinion for
yeah.
the
I
crypto
mean,
market.
that should be the key thing. Like you should only what we call it as like the fun money, right? Like the amount of money that we can
Yeah.
afford to lose, only that
Anything can
much.
happen. The crypto market is really crazy. You
Yeah,
can convert 1,000 rupees into like 10 lakh rupees within a day. You
exactly,
never know.
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that is the
So
thing.
I think the non-control like crypto market is not controlled by anybody, right? And I think that is why that this is the advantage of the crypto market. That is why people are basically the big companies are moving more towards the crypto market because there is no regulation
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it. So how do you think about
Apart
that?
from the regulations, also they have the concept of blockchain where your data is basically extremely secure.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is the reason companies also move in the crypto.
Like, have you made some money into the stock market also?
Yeah, I've been investing in the stock market for almost 2 years now. Not investing, also trading.
Okay.
I have made decent amount of returns. Talking about my portfolio, which for the long-term portfolio that I created last year, it is around in 42% profit as of now. So that is a good amount. That if you look on to the current situation, and expecting these particular returns like 45% within a year is somewhat not possible. This was possible only due to this boom that was seen in the stock market in the last years after the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So, can would you suggest a person to become a full-time trader or an investor, basically?
When you come to investing or trading, uh, in investing you have limited risk. When you are investing in good companies, at the end they'll perform good, or it may happen that the company may go bankrupt. There is certainly a risk. But in terms of trading, you have a good exposure of risk. When you trade on intraday basis, you are basically or predicting the moves of the company on within a few hours, where the company's share price would go in a few hours or in a few days. So that is trading. So trading involves a greater risk than investing. For investing, when you go on to the long term basis, if the company is good, if the fundamentals are good, it is 90% sure that you are going to make money with the company's investment, because the company has a good reputation and a business in that particular field. So it has high chances that the company would flourish if the company is good. But in terms of trading, you basically put in a lot of money. Like you take leverages in trading. Leverage is basically suppose we have forex leverage, you put 10,000 and you get a chance to buy for 40,000. So in intraday, you get leverage, and people use that leverage to buy or sell stocks. And those predictions majorly get failed and sometimes get huge success as well. But with proper risk management and proper strategy, you can also survive doing intraday trade. Like for intraday trading, one thing that I must suggest, that people actually run for strategies here and there. Like they use one particular strategy for some time, that does not work, they lose money. Then they suddenly move to another strategy and try that, that does not work, and they move on and move on. So this is a series which continues. So one thing that I would suggest about intraday trades is the risk management and money management, which is the most significant part in trading. So basically, risk management is basically like, suppose you have a risk is to reward of 1:2. Like when I'm talking about risk is to reward, it is basically when you lose, you're basically losing one, and when you gain, you gain two.
Two times.
So first of all, let me tell you, losses in stock market are basically necessary. Without losses, nobody can survive in the stock market. So a beginner in stock market must not come with a hope that he'll always gain from the stock market in trading. In trading, losses are a significant part which one has to observe. So the most important thing is how you manage those losses with the profits. Like I told you that when you lose one, and when you gain two. That is
Twice.
risk management. So when this strategies like this risk is to reward is used, a strategy with only 50% accuracy. When I'm talking about 50% accuracy, it is basically on, suppose you take 10 trades, you win on five of them and you lose on five of them. With 50% accuracy, you are going to be profitable at the weekend or the month end if you follow proper risk issue reward of 1:1.5 or 1:2, according to the need of your strategy. So risk management, money management, position sizing, as well as strategy is important for the stock market in terms of trading.
So I think this is it for the video. And thank you, Praneeth, for joining the podcast today.
Thanks a lot,
And
Sankalp, as well for having me here.
yeah, it was a great discussion. I mean,
It was great talking to you.
yeah, thank you.